Hey guys, I want to show you some details on this new RC990 that I am particularly excited by. There's lots of little touches over the bike that I think make the difference if you're a track rider, fast road rider, whatever. Number one, clip-ons, proper, super sport style clip-ons, but with a removable tube. So if you crash and break the clip-on, you undo that bolt, you slide the tube out, you slide a new tube in. Simple. You don't have to take fork caps off, you don't have to unbolt all this stuff, you don't have to take the top yoke off. Tube on its own, which track days, racing, that's awesome. Secondly, crash protectors as standard. Box of the fairings, again, they're not going to save it if you cartwheel it down the road, but just a nice little touch to look after the bike and give you a bit of confidence if you want to push fully hard. This particular one has got the Power Parts rear sets on, but the stock rear sets have an adjustment here where you can basically rotate the whole rear set up and down, which gives you the option of a higher foot peg or a lower foot peg. The Gillies race ones have a multi-hole position on them, but if we flip around to the other side, at stock, the bike has in here, just going to get out of focus, so there's a second hole, so you can adjust the ratio of the gear shift if you want a shorter, stiffer shift, move to that hole. There's also, if you can see down the inside of the fairing, this hole here, second hole, so you can move the gear linkage rod into the second hole to change it to race shift from road shift. And again, these Gillies rear sets have a different adjuster, but the stock bike is adjustable here too. Like, it's little details like that that kind of show the bike's been made by people who do track days and have crashed bikes and dropped bikes. They're not just building them, with the thought of making it pretty, but they've made lots of little adjustments. The wings on the front, they were quite keen to tell us about these. Love them or hate them. Their take was that they're fitting wings if they're going to improve the bike, if they're going to make a difference. Their argument with these wings is they improve stability mid-corner, and on a flat-out fast turn, particularly one where you don't roll off for it, they help load the fork and make the bike turn better when you're wide open and doing a flat-out kink on a racetrack. Obviously on the road there's not a lot to be gained. Down the bottom here, the little diffuser at the bottom, that is a cooling duct basically. It doesn't really do any aero, it's definitely not a ground effect thing, but it is a cooling duct to try and improve cooling on the engine. However, down the bottom at the back, that one, he is like a, what did they say, it's for braking stability. So they notice it's quite a front weight bias bike standard, and they notice when you're braking really, really hard in a straight line, the bike was tending to wag its tail a bit, so that one it gives a little bit of downforce to help load the rear tyre. They didn't really give any data on that, but they said it's just to improve straight line braking stability. So there's lots of functional parts to the bike. They've not done stuff for styling's sake. They've beaten the stylists up a bit. The stylists didn't want this hole here. They wanted a flat front, but that hole there stops helmet buffeting at high speed on track, so it gives a little bit of stability to your crash helmet. And likewise, if you look everywhere else on the bike, it's pointy, sharp, jagged edges. Fuel tank, super smooth and rounded, and I'll try and give you like an all-round view. They've specifically shaped lots of surfaces into it so that when you're hung off the bike, there's a place for your knee to sit, there's a place for your elbow to sit on the outside of the corner, but there's no sharp edge that you get caught on or feel digging into you. If you've ever ridden, I'm going to say sorry about the noise in the background, if you've ever ridden like an old 748 or 998, and you'll know that where it digs you in the stomach at the back of the fuel tank, they've put a lot of thought into the bike to make it nice to ride hard on track. We'll find that out for sure tomorrow. Today's road ride was good, but yeah, thought I'd give you a few little tech highlights. There's one I've forgotten I want to show you, which is the linkage system. So, swinging arm has, because underneath the swinging arm is a big old catalytic converter box, they've used the shock with a little linkage here, and then this wishbone mounts up to there, so you get like this kind of U-shaped setup with the shock. It's largely a packaging thing. The cat's there, so there's more space to put linkages up here. A linkage is just there to change the ratio between the rear wheel and the shock throughout the stroke and give you options to tune that for race teams. But having that set up in there is like a really neat, compact way of doing it. It puts the load into a slightly different place in the frame as well, which they said this frame has, it's not just a Duke 990 frame, it's its own frame. They've obviously shared components, but they've adapted the stiffness and changed things, and again, put this linkage set up on the rear shock. So yeah, there's a few nice little interesting details for you. I'll try and share some more tomorrow as we go, but for now, that is a little close-up look at the new RC990R.